Hey, what's up, guys? I was doing these weekly recaps while I was in the mentoring program in Jay's small cap room, but I kind of fell off. I haven't been trading all that much lately. Um, I want to kind of get back into it because it holds me accountable and it I don't know, it's a good way to review your trades, see what you did good, what you did bad, kind of go back and turn over like your thought process. And I'm in the process of buying a house in Orlando, and I'm going to be trading full time down there. For the most part, like I'll have like little side hustles and stuff to make some extra money, but I uh, I want to really focus everything on trading. And so I want to definitely get back into these recaps to kind of give me a chance to review my trades. It holds me accountable because I don't want to, put bad videos out there. So, but anyways, the first trade I started off with this week was IO, and I remember I was down a decent bit in pre-market because I kind of jumped the gun. So I drew on a trend line right here. I thought I was making a lower high. I was going to short here and cover down here. It didn't work. I cut off at this high. Then I kind of waited around a little bit. I saw it popping up here again. I was just, all right, well, I'm going to short here. I'm going to risk here. It didn't quite hit my target, but at the same time, I should have cut off way earlier. I did take a piece right here. It looks like I took off four sides, looking for VWAP. Volume might get a push, and I did get a push. Unfortunately, I got squeezed. Um, I cut off break even, and then I saw the stuff shorter on this. I was gonna risk this, which is exactly what I did, but at the same time, like it's holding the 9 EMA, and that should have been an indication for me to just cut my trade off, but I didn't. So I took a small loss on that. At open, got a good VWAP J-line stuff. I shorted, I covered break even. Then I anticipated too quickly. It had a little bit lower volume, but at the same time, like I mean, these volume bars are over a million, so I should have probably just backed off and waited. Um, I shorted, I cut, and I shorted again. Um, I was risking this high, and had a trend line break. I didn't cover a piece here, which I should have covered. That's another mistake. I know I was looking for my second target because I was red. I wanted to give it a little more of a wiggle room. It came up. I cut off break even. It stuffed again. I reshorted. Covered up my second target. And covered up my second target. And I guess I just held through all of this. Assuming I was risking this high. It popped up, which is this is also not good trading either. This is me being stubborn. Like honestly, what I should have done is I should have cut this off, like right in here, or at the very best, like right in here. Like there's no reason for me to be shorting or holding through all of this stuff. Um, I reshorted here. I added short here. I covered on the bounce back up. I reshorted. And I'm pretty sure I covered break even. Or I mean in the money. Yeah, I did. And I cut the full trade off here in the money. I was also trading see Mara. So thing extended on the day. It was up here quite a bit. Obviously I was trading with much smaller size because I don't know. I've been dabbling in bigger price stocks, but I've been lowering my size. But here in a little bit, you'll see kind of kick my ass later on in the week. So I saw this thing topping out uh, around 53.18. I shorted small size. Oh yeah, I remember I was trying to add here. I didn't get the add. It dropped down. I covered a small piece and I re-added. I covered, shorted, covered break even. I shorted again because I saw it was respecting this level. Shorted, covered break even, and I had a decent day. It wasn't anything like amazing, but I mean these trades like I don't know. Like this would have been nice if I would have got the ad right here, but I didn't get it. I don't know. This wasn't too bad. I mean, like it wasn't horrible. Like I could always trade better. Like hindsight's always 2020. But I the next day I traded what um stuffed. I shorted the stuff. I signed the bid. I didn't get a good fill. I cut it off. I reshorted, cut it again, short, covered, short, covered, short, cover, and I covered a little bit early. But I mean, like this thing, I remember it was bugging me because it didn't have any range. Like this whole move was like between 65, 25. Like that's nothing. You know, even if I had a perfect entry, like it just didn't have any range. It really wasn't worth my time to even mess with it. I traded KAVL. So the stuff I shorted, risking that high. I cut it off, came back down. I shorted. I'm assuming I wasn't in full size because that's oh, no, that's I mean that's not like horrible. Like I usually have about a 10 cent risk. I'm trading with much smaller size than I was when I was in mentor program, but so it allows me to have a little bit more wiggle room. But still, like I should have waited. The volume, you know, the volume is still really high. Um, but anyways, I shorted, I covered, I reshorted, I covered in the money. Start curling back up. I started double topping here. I shorted, I covered, but then see this is not good at all. This is like I should have been waiting for the at the best, like up here, like higher. This is kind of short weakness. I shorted, I covered, popped up here. I was looking for a high day break, fake breakout. I shorted. Where did I cover? I don't have my cover on here, so I'm assuming I'm hoping I covered it. J lines back down here, but I know I was watching it. Obviously, I didn't take another short afterwards, but when I have all these trend lines drawn in, so I'm assuming I was watching it. I don't know. Like I've been having I've been traveling all over the place and doing a bunch of crazy stuff, so I can't remember exactly what I was doing. Um, then I traded Duo. So this was yesterday. This is a nice simple trade. Popped up here. I shorted, covered at the third target, and covered at the final target. It was a nice, simple, easy trade. I should have just left it alone. I should have been done with the day. But I'm hanging out at my mom's place right now, and so like, I am. I mean, I have all the time in the world. So when I saw DWAC popping, I was just like, oh, this is this is a great opportunity. Like, let's trade this stock. Well, this thing is insane. So like, this is a perfect example of like, oh man, it can't go any higher. It can't go any higher. Well, it's a good thing that I have my max losses because I mean I was shorting it down here like $25. This thing reached $175 today. Like that's insane. That is absolutely insane. Well, anyways, when I shorten this thing, so I topping out here and I shorted. I was gonna risk this high. I shorted. I covered in the money. I saw stuff here. I shorted. I wanted it to hit J lines. I was like, dude, like this is gonna be crazy, crazy, crazy trade if this hits J lines. It didn't work. It squeezed on me. I remember whatever I won over here, I lost here, and I was just like, all right, well, I need to give it a little bit more wiggle room, which bit me in the ass here in a second. So I once again, I started scaling in. I shorted. All of a sudden, this thing just squeezed. Like, I mean, I was shorting it at like $41. I got covered is like 43.50. Like, it just ripped like a couple bucks out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh shit! I hit max loss, and I took a small green day and turned it into a max loss, and like I was just pissed off, and but I mean, this thing is just, it's insane what this thing's doing. I mean, I remember everyone was like, there was a couple guys in the room who were like, oh, this thing's going to like 60 or 70. I was like, there's no way, man. This thing got all the way up to $175 today, but then it just tanks. I mean, this is insane. So you went from 175 down to under $100 in just, well, I mean, it halted, so I mean, I don't know how long it took to ride back down, but it's crazy, man. Like you don't know what the hell the market's gonna do. That's why you have to be disciplined and cut everything off. But so everything started going crazy. So got to add this. C was it CRTD? I traded. So since everything started going nuts, I was like, all right, well, the last time the market did this, I got my ass kicked because I was like just shorting everything. I was like, oh, this is overextended, it's overextended, it's overextended. I'm going to short. Screw that. I learned my lesson. Uh, so I started longing. I longed right here. I covered, added back, cover, added, cover. Then it dropped and I covered. I left it alone. It dipped down here. I saw this wick buying back up. Volume started coming in. I longed, longed, cover. Solid trade. Then it, tanked down, and I was still scared honestly because like the market was nuts today, and so I shorted with really really tight risk. I shorted on this candle. I was risking half of this candle. I covered, and then it just went without me, and I was in small size. Man, I could have literally risked, a decent, like above J lines for sure, but I didn't want to give back any profits at all. The only trade that I traded short was on CALM. So I mean, this thing once again, this thing ripped up, halted, kept ripping. Now all this trapped volume up here. It came to VWAP, stuffed VWAP. I shorted. And I just held it. I covered a small piece, covered a small piece, covered a. Actually, I covered a big piece down here. I had a lot of conviction because I mean this had all the volume was trapped up above here, so above where my entry was, and so I was just like, what, I'm gonna let this thing work for me. We'll see how it works, and it worked out. And thanks to this trade, I literally made back a fourth of my max loss yesterday. I mean, that's another thing I learned from mentoring is to just like it's like working out. It takes forever to get in really good shape, and it takes a day or two of just eating like shit to lose it all. And so like that's exactly how trading is. It takes forever to build your account up, slowly but surely, and then it takes just one reckless day to just ruin it all. Like I was up on the month, and then DWAC yesterday wiped out all my profits for the month. So like if I'm gonna be trading full time, which I'm going to be doing. Uh, Hopefully next week I'll be buying my house in Orlando, and then I'm really going to just focus everything on trading. And I can't be having stuff like that. I can't be having like one bad day just wipes out my profits. And so I readjusted my max loss because I hadn't adjusted it from when I was using big size. And so like I mean my max loss yesterday like it's going to take me at least a good 2 or 3 days to get it back. But I know I can make it back because I trade well, and I just need to chill out and follow the rules. So, but I want to get back into doing this stuff because it makes me accountable. I like to throw it out there. It also makes me review my charts, which is a huge thing. It's like everybody wants to be a trader, but nobody wants to do any of the work. So this is a way for me to do the work. I get to see, what mistakes I did. Like earlier in the week, I thought I was trading good, but when I looked at some of that stuff, I had some FOMO entries, a short weakness. I let my stops go a little bit too far. Like things like that, I just need to tighten up on. But I had a crazy last few months, and so like I had to step away from trading a little bit, and everything's just kind of like getting back to normal. And so yeah, now I'm able to focus a lot more on trading, and I kind of got it set up to where I'm gonna be able to trade full time, and so like that's exciting, but at the same time, I need to make sure that I'm keeping myself in check. So want to do these that way holds me accountable. I have a bunch of accountability buddies, and you know if you guys see anything on here that like some pointers or like things I did good or bad, like you're more than welcome to critique my trading. So I hope everybody has a good week, and I'll be back next week. Later.